Hi guys, welcome back to another nail art tutorial, and today I am doing a gel polish manicure with my non-dominant hand, and it is a matte one, and I have never done a matte tutorial or like a nail art tutorial before, so I'm really curious to hear what you think. Personally, I prefer the shiny glossy finishes, but combined with this like glittery pink gel polish, it does look kind of cool in my opinion. But if you want to know how I made this, please keep on watching. So to start off, I removed all of the gel polish I had on from the previous video or nail art, and now I'm just slightly buffing up the surface of the nail just to make sure I don't have any like oils or shine or anything, and I'm wiping off any residue with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. After that, I am getting my extend base coat from Pink Gellac, and as usual I am only using products from the brand Pink Gellac because that is my favorite gel polish brand, and it just stays put for such a long time. My manicure always lasts about 2 to 3 weeks at least. And with this extend base coat, you actually have less problems soaking off your manicure, so you don't have to file it down that much. So I'm just applying a thin layer to all of my nails, and as you can see, my pointer finger still has that tip on it because my nail broke, and it is fully like blended in with my natural nail, so it actually looks like my real nail once I have completed this complete manicure. But just make sure that you don't leave any of that excess base coat on the skin or cuticle, because you don't want to cure that into your skin because that really hurts. But then I am continuing with the design on the thumb. I always do my thumb separately from the others because I feel like, especially working with my non-dominant hand, that is the most convenient to me. So I am just using a really beautiful nude lilac kind of color, and this one is by Pink Gellac as well, and I am going to apply that first layer really thinly. I always work with thin layers because that's just that gives like a more pretty and just slim effect, and I don't like my nails to be super bulky. But after you have cured that first layer for a full minute, I am going in with the second thin layer, and I'm going to cure that for a full minute as well. After that, I am going to apply a matte top coat, and I've never used this one before, but I do know that it is a wipe off one, so you do have to use a little bit of cleaner or like rubbing alcohol to get rid of that sticky layer after you've cured it. But before we are going to cure it, I wanted to add a couple of like rose gold rhinestones to it, so I just added 5 in total. I put the biggest one in center first, and applying rhinestones or gems in general to gel polishes, it can be a little bit tricky because once you haven't cured that layer of gel polish yet, your stones will be just moving around all over the place, so you can't really press them into the polish like you would do with regular nail polishes. So it is a little bit tricky, and because I am working with my non-dominant hand, I did take a little longer than I would usually do if I would work with my dominant hand. So bear with me if this tutorial is like a little bit longer at the part of like rhinestone placement. That is just because my non-dominant hand isn't as strong and I get the shakes every now and then, so it takes a little more time for me to get that perfectly. But once you've got them in spot or in place like you want it, just cure it for a full minute. And after that, I just took a little bit of the Pink Gellac the cleaner and a lint-free wipe to get off that sticky layer, and you are left with a beautiful matte thumb, or at least thumbnail. So I'm just going in with that same nude shade on all of the fingers. And of course applying thin layers each time before you cure it, because you don't want your nails to look bulky or anything like that. And I'm just really applying a super thin layer to the pinky and the pointer finger, making sure to get rid of all of the excess gel polish which has gotten on the skin or anything like that. As I said before and also in previous videos, always make sure there isn't any gel polish on the cuticle or on the skin next to the sidewalls or anything like that, because once you will go into your LED or UV light, it will burn and hurt, and you really don't want that, especially when you're working on other people, on clients or whatever. Just make sure to always clean off the skin and the cuticle if you have any excess gel polish on that, because you really don't want to hurt or burn your clients in any way. And of course, when you work on other people, you usually work with your dominant hand, so I assume you won't get any polish on like the skin or cuticle or anything like that. But since I am working with my non-dominant hand and I get the shakes, I did spill just a tiny bit on my skin. So just make sure to remove that on forehand before you cure your nail polish. Then I'm going in with a second layer of that beautiful nude shade to the middle finger and to the ring finger. And I don't know if I did cap my nails off perfectly the first time, but if you haven't, just do it with the second layer. That's not a problem at all. Then with a mermaid pink, which is a beautiful like soft rosy pink shade with gorgeous golden and just peachy kind of like shimmer, you just want to apply a thin layer to the pointer finger as well as the pinky, making sure again to get rid of any of that excess gel polish which may have flooded like the cuticle area or onto the skin. And just a little tip, I do have like long natural nails, as you can see here, but if you don't have that and you want to get rid of that excess polish, just take like a sharp edge of a dotting tool or an orange wood stick or anything like that. But after you have applied that second layer and cured that for a full minute, I'm going in with a third really thin layer of that mermaid pink to the pointer finger and to the pinky finger as well. Or at least to the nails, you know what I mean. And I'm going in with a third little layer of that neutral lilac color to the middle finger and the ring finger as well. I just felt like it needed a little bit more coverage. Even though I only applied 2 coats of that to the thumb, I think I applied it a little bit thicker on the thumb. So sorry about that. Just watch and just look at how the nail looks once it is fully cured, because sometimes it just needs an extra thin coat, especially when you work with really thin coats. You might need an extra one, but that's not a problem at all. It's just a trial and error and you're just learning with me in this video. After that, you just want to apply that matte top coat, and I have already applied that to the index and to the pinky finger because those nails are already completely done, and I am removing that sticky layer after curing with a little bit of the gel polish cleaner and a lint-free wipe. Just run over it. You could use a little bit of like rubbing alcohol as well, but I feel like the cleaner from this brand works really nicely, and it really does get in all of those little nooks and crevices, so you won't have any of that sticky residue left onto your nail. Then I'm applying a little bit of that matte top coat to the middle finger, and we're going to put some rhinestones on there as well. So I'm just going to apply that with my little pick up thingy, which I got from AliExpress. If you do want like the direct links to any of these rhinestones or that little crystal katana knockoff, do let me know in the comments down below and I will look it up for you. This little crystal katana thingy was like €2 or something like that, so it is really affordable and it works just the same as the official crystal katana. But as you can see here, let me just zoom in a little bit. I just placed 5 of those rose gold rhinestones the same way I did to the thumb, and I'm applying a big opalescent like horse eye kind of stone to the middle of that, like down the nail, just to elongate the nail and make it look even longer than it already is. And I applied 2 smaller rose gold rhinestones next to that, just to give it an extra little oomph, you know. And I just cured that once all of those stones were in place perfectly. And then I am just going to apply a little bit of that matte top coat to the ring finger again, and I'm going to place just really randomly to one side of the nail around the cuticle area some of those rhinestones. And sorry guys, I was a little bit out of focus here. When I was recording this video, I was so tired, and I have to say, now I am doing this voiceover just like 2 weeks after, I'm pretty tired as well. So if this video is a little bit rambly or all over the place, sorry about that. I have a full-time job and I have to do all of my videos in the evening and in my weekends, so it can get a little bit like rambly from time to time. So sorry about that, but I'm just doing the best I can, you know. And I do want to make videos because it is like a huge passion of mine to make these videos, and I haven't done this for like ages, and I wanted to do this for so long, but I was just really scared of like negative comments and stuff like that. So I only started about a year ago. So I just really wanted to thank you all so much for like the ongoing support and all that jazz. It's highly appreciated, and I do hope you like this video. And yeah, for this design it is already done. After you've cured everything, put the rhinestones on the places you wanted them to be, you just want to take a little bit of that cleaner again on a lint-free wipe and just wipe off all of that excess sticky layer which is still on the nails. But yeah, this was the entire design. I really hope you liked it. It was my first time doing a matte design, so it is a little bit different than what I'm used to doing, but I really like it. But let me know down in the comments below what you think, and I will see you guys in one of my next tutorials.